Hey guys, welcome back to Past Amazing, and today we're going to be talking about 7 amazing update concepts that I really wish Supercell would add into Clash of Clans. Now, every single one of these concepts that I'm about to show you guys were created by Vov Vovson. Now, if you've been on this channel for a while, you may have heard his name quite a long time ago. However, now Vov is actually back on YouTube. He is still making Clash of Clans update concept videos, and they are absolutely amazing. He includes all his graphics and animations, and it just looks really realistic. Now, basically today we're going to talk about 7 of his best update concepts in my opinion. So yeah, let's go to get right into this video. We're going to start off with the first thing right here. This is the Wolf Rider. Now, the Wolf Rider is going to be a troop in the builder base, and its special power or ability, I guess, for the builder base would be that it can jump over walls for the first 10 seconds of being deployed. It'll also act as a goblin at the same time, meaning that it'll target resource buildings first. The Wolf Rider would basically be the builder base version of the Hog Rider, right? Except the Hog Rider targets defenses first, and the Wolf Rider, in this case, would target resource buildings first. I do see how this could be used to take out like high health storages, and also the builder hall, since that counts as a resource building. People could use the Wolf Rider as a kind of siege machine or something to target the builder hall first by, having it be able to jump over walls and everything. And that'll be really useful. So yeah, that's what I think the Wolf Rider would be used for. I definitely would support an idea like this. And yeah, that is the first update concept. All right, let's move on to the second thing on this list. It's the Giant King. Now, this would be a hero in the main village, just like we have the Barbarian King, Archer Queen, and Grand Warden. This would potentially be the 4th hero available in Clash of Clans. Now, the Giant King, as its name suggests, is basically a big giant, right? It'll have a ton of health. It'll be like a massive tank. Probably way more than the Golem, or obviously way more than the Giant. It'll just be this huge tank. Now, I know that we already have the Barbarian King acting as that sort of tank for the hero, but the Barbarian King is like a tank. It's not the best tank, right? It's still kind of vulnerable to defenses, especially if you have a lot of defenses on it at the same time. Now, what the Giant King would do is it would just be this absolutely massive tank. It would do like barely any damage, but basically its only purpose would be to soak up a bunch of hits from defenses. And its ability, presumably, would be actually spawning giants. All right, the next update concept here is being able to gear up the Tesla. So we have the Mega Tesla in the builder base, and I think it would be really cool if we could gear up our hidden Tesla in our main village if we have a certain level of the Mega Tesla. So we already can do this with a cannon, archer tower, and mortar, and I think that the Tesla could be the next defense to be allowed to be geared up in the main village. And Vov Vovson does a great job depicting this on what it would look like. I think it looks really cool. In my opinion, maybe if you gear it up, it'll just maybe have like a reduced damage or reduced range or something like that. Or maybe if you gear it up, this will be kind of interesting, but it wouldn't be hidden anymore. And it would just always be there, like attackers would be able to see it immediately. That's something I think could also be thought about. I think that's probably the best idea. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think this would be a really cool idea. All right, moving on here, we got the Mega Expo. Now, the Mega Expo is definitely like one of the most unique ideas I've ever seen. It's an expo, except it gradually like increases its range as the battle goes on, right? So as the battle starts, maybe its range is just like literally one tile around it. It's very small. But as the seconds tick by, regardless of what you're doing, if you don't deploy any troops, it doesn't matter. The range is going to keep getting bigger at a slow rate until by the end of the battle, it'll have this like huge range that almost covers the entire base. This is very cool. It's kind of like the Eagle Artillery, except it's not like there's a threshold to activate the Mega Expo. It's just that no matter what you do, no matter what troops you drop, its range is just going to gradually increase. So this would mean that if you're doing an attack, this would prioritize taking out the Mega Expo as quickly as possible, not just with as few troops as possible, like the Eagle Artillery is, but with but just quickly as possible. You want to rush the Mega Expo, make sure that it doesn't get, you know, the maximum number of hits that it possibly can on your troops. You want to take it out as soon as possible while its range is still small. This could, you know, lead to so many strategies that I could think of. You know, we're rushing the Mega Expo and then maybe having another attack on the other side of the base. Like, there's so many possibilities. I think this would be a very cool idea to add into the game. Alright, let's move on to another update concept here. This is the second boat. Right now we have one boat between the builder base and the main village. Essentially, this update concept says, hey, let's have another boat, a second boat, except this one wouldn't just be another village like the builder base is, but rather it would be this special like island or something where you can complete events and challenges. Now, I know we already have events and season challenges and clan games and all these challenge types of things in the home village, but this second boat would lead to this island where you can complete unique challenges, right? Like maybe time-based challenges, or, you know, this cool stuff like that, or maybe using unique troops, or maybe even being a beta testing ground that Supercell can use to try out potentially new troops and stuff like that, right? There's so many ideas that could be done. All right, moving on to another troop concept here. This is the ORAC. Now, the ORAC would basically, in simple terms, be a stronger goblin. You know, right now, the only resource targeting troop we have is the goblin, but the goblin is so weak. It can be taken out by a mortar, like pretty much one-shotted by the cannon and stuff like that. It's like very weak, right? So what basically the ORAC would be is a stronger goblin with more health. It would cost obviously more housing space, but, you know, it would have additional damage and additional health that could help you know, you farm at higher levels when the goblin becomes pretty much useless, you know, anywhere beyond like level 9, right? Because, you know, the goblin's just too weak at that stage. But yeah, basically that's what the ORAC would be. Alright, now we are on to the 7th update concept of this video, the last one here. This is going to be a 4th siege machine. It is the Catapult. Now the Catapult it works in a very cool way. Basically what it does is it targets the second building that it sees. So what I mean by that is, if you drop a catapult, right, and it sees a gold mine in front of it, it won't attack the gold mine. It'll attack whatever's behind the gold mine. So maybe behind the gold mine is a cannon. It would attack the cannon directly without even hitting the gold mine first. So this may remind you of the bowler, but except it's different. The bowler targets both buildings, right? The rock bounces off the first building and hits the second. But the difference with the catapult is that it doesn't even target the first building. It only targets the second building that it sees. So, you know, maybe it would do more damage than a bowler would to compensate for that. But I think this would be a very interesting idea for sure. It would obviously be a very interesting siege machine. It wouldn't just be another one that targets the town hall. It would, you know, pretty much target any building. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, anyways, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Those were 7 really cool update concepts by Vov Vovson. If you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead and give it a like down below. And also subscribe to my channel if you have not already for all the latest Clash of Clans updates, news, and leaks. And yeah, until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.